Thank you. I just wanted to take a few minutes to express, on behalf of the Nashua School District and our students and teachers, our appreciation to Dell for this marvelous gift, not only in the gift itself, but in how it's been structured in a way that I think will make a difference for students. Now, we are significantly underfunded for technology, which is the story of every school district, I think, as you look across the landscape. We're funding technology at about half the level we should, which means these kinds of gifts from the community are that much more important. The other point I would make is, now, students, you are very fortunate to have Mrs. Ackerman as your teacher, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. And this gives you a sense of how hungry our teachers are for technology in their classrooms. For the first time this year, we put together a program where teachers could submit proposals for how they would use technology in the classroom, either computers or iPads or digital cameras or other types of technology. And we had 70 teachers submit for $50,000, and we could only fund 17 of those proposals. So that gives you a sense of how important and how important technology is for our district and how much interest there is. And the teacher who submitted the strongest proposal in the entire district was Mrs. Ackerman. And that's how she came to be selected for this. And I say that because technology in itself doesn't mean students are going to learn more. You need to integrate technology. You need to be able to use technology in the classroom in ways that are really going to make a difference for learning. And I'm confident we've made the right decision in providing computers and technology support to all of you, because you're in a classroom where it's really going to make a difference for you. So thank you again very much for this generous donation.
All right, welcome today. Are you guys excited? Yeah, you've been very patient. Give yourselves a pat on the back, both sides. Very, very patient. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're first going to just jump right into this, but I want a really big thank you to go out. You have a lot of guests here today. We have school board members, we have your superintendent, we have your principal, your teacher, and a bunch of representatives from Dell are here today as well, and then school representatives as well. So we're not going to go through an introduction for everybody, but I want you guys to give a big wave to everyone and say, "Hi, everyone." Hi, everyone. Okay, let's try that again, all together. 1, 2, 3. Hi, everyone. All right, and then we're going to do a big thank you. And first of all, I want to give a thank you to your teacher. So everybody said, on the count of 3, thank you, Mrs. Ackerman. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Mrs. Ackerman.
And then I want to give a big thank you to the Digital Wish trainer. So your teacher is doing a lot of extra work here, and you are very fortunate to have this in your classroom. Your teacher who you've met for Digital Wish is Mrs. Marcoux. So everybody on the count of 3 say, thank you, Mrs. Marcoux. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Mrs. Marcoux.
And then your principal, Mrs. Langeal. On the count of 3, I want a very big thank you for helping out with this whole process as well. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Mrs. Langeal.
And of course, on the count of 3, super loud so that all the classes down the hall can hear it, I want you to say, thank you, Dell. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Dell.
Okay, excellent work. Excellent work. Okay. So today, these are your netbooks. We're going to go through a process of passing them out. You're going to have someone who's going to hand you a netbook. We're going to get it, and then you're actually going to have an adult helper today who's going to sit down. Maybe they'll be between 2 of you. Maybe they'll be sitting next to you. And you're going to walk through this process with me of starting up the computers for the first time. And you are essentially going to become the teachers of this room, teaching your adults how to do these things along with me. So first of all, I want you to take a look at this netbook. What can you tell me about this netbook? Yes? It's small. Perfect for you guys. Perfect size. It's lightweight and easy to carry around. What else? Brilliant. I'm glad that we said that right off. This is your battery. It's a 6-cell battery. It's going to be able to work all day for you guys without being charged. So excellent. Excellent for the classroom. It also provides a couple other things. What else does the battery do here? Yep? Yeah, it does have USB connections on the sides as well. Yes? Good. The battery actually stands it up as well to give us a really good typing angle. And it also allows air to circulate underneath. Very nice. What can you tell me about the outside look of the netbook here? Any other comments? Yeah? It does say Dell. Notice, when you set this in front of you, the way that it's propped up, Dell is going to be upside down. Why did they do that? This is a good point. Yes? Because when it stands up, everybody can see that it's Dell. You know what that's called? Product placement. And that way the rest of the world can see the product that we have here. So the outside of your netbooks, as soon as you get these, you're going to notice it has kind of a rubber surface. And it's rubberized. Everybody say rubberized. Rubberized. Okay, and these units, the netbooks, are also ruggedized. Everybody say ruggedized. Ruggedized. Okay, they might be rubberized, but they are not waterproof. They might be ruggedized, but they are not indestructible. Okay, they are made for the classroom and they're made to really hold up for you guys. You're going to discover that it has this really great rubber coating. It's good for grip. Now the first thing, when you come up and you get your netbook, I need you to take it with 2 hands. Don't hold it too tight because this is your screen on top, but hold it tight enough that it's not going to slip. And then very orderly, you take it back to your desk and you're going to set it down and that Dell symbol is going to be upside down as you're looking at it. But just like any good birthday thing that's brought into the classroom, carrots, celery, cupcakes, or other types of candy, what's the polite thing to do when you come up and get something? Yes? You say thank you. Good. And we also do one other thing. What's that? We wait until everyone is served. And then we have it in front of us. And once everyone has been served, we're going to open them together. And I'm going to walk you through the process of getting into our computers and really figuring things out. So we talked about the battery, the rubberized surface, the fact that they're ruggedized, the fact that it has USB connections. It has a cord hole here as well for plugging in and for charging. It has a projector connection, which you'll see me hook up here in just a second. It also has a headphone and a speaker jack that we can plug into, as well as a microphone jack. Yes?
Does it have a webcam?
It does. And we're going to be exploring all of these functions once we get up here. Now what I'm going to ask is, if you can have your principal and your teacher come on up here to the cart, they're going to take the netbooks out for us, give them to our first adult volunteer. We're going to call a student's name or number, however we have them classified, and then we'll have that student come up and get it and take it back. And if any of the adult volunteers can head on back with those students, and you guys, you may notice, is space going to fill up a little bit on these tables? Yep, guess what? If we're having partners sit next to us, notice too how there are 2 extra tables at the back, and we're going to open up that space. So if the table begins to get full, I'm just going to ask that you guys bump back a little bit so that we can all fit. We're not squeezing and pushing off of the tables. All right. Here's the last thing. Technology is awesome, and a lot of times it goes very smoothly and it goes right. And then we say, woohoo! Everybody go, woohoo! Woohoo! And sometimes the first time we start up stuff, we have to be very patient because our computers are new and they're getting started. And sometimes if we try to get into something and it doesn't work out so much, we don't go, woohoo! We go, ah, bummer. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we move on and we figure out a way. Using technology, the #1 rule is you have to become a problem solver. And you will become critical thinkers. And you will solve these problems so that we can really move forward. All right, I'm now going to hand it over to your principal and your teacher to call up students so that we have them getting their netbooks and very carefully with 2 hands carrying it back to your table or moving back to a table if we fill up on space. All right. Do all students have a computer at this point?
Yes.
Flip it around, make sure it's your student number. All right. And on the count of 3, here's what I want you to do. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! All right. Now, opening up your netbook. There is a very particular way we open it. We don't grab it by the corner because that will put pressure on the hinges each time we open it. You open it up right in the center. Hold the bottom down, hold the top, and I'd like you at this point to go ahead and open your screens. And then on the count of 3, we're all going to start them up together with that nice power button that's right up at the top right-hand corner. I'd like you to please give that a tap, top right-hand corner. And once you do that, you know you've done the right thing. Once it all turns blue and it lights up there, just like a spaceship. Looking good, looking good. Do not press anything at first. Let it do its thing. Let it get started up. And once it's getting started up, I'm going to walk you through the next step, okay? Remember, your computers are just getting ready to go for you for the first time, so it may take just a couple extra minutes. Now, I love that I have so many students just waiting patiently, even though the command is on the screen. And what does that command say? Yes, thanks for raising your hand. Press Control, Alt, Delete. Now what I'd like you to do is to please press Control, Alt, Delete. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want you to put in your password yet. Just press Control, Alt, Delete, and then wait 1 moment before you put in your password. Control, Alt, Delete. Looking good? It works perfectly. Next, I'd like you to move on down to the Start button, left click, and this time, I'd like you to go to Paint. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm all about exploration here, making sure that you can find programs, you can figure them out. And so I'm looking at the clock. I'm going to give you 3 minutes here on this painting program. And what I want you to do is, if you have a guest next to you, ask them what their favorite animal is. If you don't have a guest next to you, pick your favorite animal. And then I'd like you to draw that animal on this painting program. 30 seconds to ask them, 3 minutes to draw it. Now your pictures do not have to be perfect, but we are looking at about 1.5 minutes at this point. So what I'd like you to do is close out your painting program at this point. And I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to do that, and then we're going to move on. Okay, remember it's a test. We're just moving forward. We're making sure everything works. Then what I'd like you to do is to close this animal picture. Move on over here to your libraries and see where it says pictures. We're going to move up one to music. Now, clap once, twice, 3 times. Because there is nothing more interesting than staring at yourself. What I want you guys to do is to put your screens down at half. Okay? You have a very particular task now. Okay, very particular task. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our photo and our webcam for recording works. Then we're going to delete the images. Okay, and I'm going to walk you through that process. Now, some of you, did you experience just a little delay? Was there a little delay before it snapped the picture? Yeah, it's a good lesson. You have to be expecting a slight delay before you do this. Now, you guys, I have seen some amazing projects happen with the webcam, with what we're about to talk about with videotaping. I had students in another class doing a science experiment, and they had to do a skit, and they simply used their webcam, and they had it ready. Then they used it in a Movie Maker program. You have Windows Live Movie Maker on these guys so that you can work with a Movie Maker program. What we're doing today, though, is just making sure this works. The next one, you have some adults, some guests next to you, and here is #1 rule. Whenever we take pictures or whenever we record videos, we always ask someone's permission. We never record without somebody knowing. We always make sure that they are well aware that they're going to be videotaped. I would ask my guests, do you mind if I videotape you here? And you know what? If they don't want to, that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of people who don't like to be videotaped, and that's fine. If they don't want to, then you're going to do it yourself. But you'll record, and the question was, what advice can you give me about using a new computer? And my advice is this. Notice how, again, there's a delay. How do I know that this is currently recording? Can somebody up front show me or tell me how that I know this is recording? Yep.
On there it says time.
Elapse. Yeah, exactly. See how this is like a count up? And then once I'm done and I say, the best advice I could give to somebody first using a computer is to handle it very carefully and to be very patient. How do I know that this is currently recording? Did my microphone work? Did it play back?
Yes.
Okay, so my speakers, my microphone, and my video recorder worked. That is the test here with the simple question of, what advice could you give somebody first getting a computer? Okay, so on the count of 3, this is a 2-minute task. What I want you guys to do is to go ahead and get started with this. Go. Remember, after you record it, I want you to double click on the film strip to make sure it plays back and you can hear it, to make sure the microphone worked. If for some reason it didn't, raise your hand and I'll come over and I'll help you with the settings, so that we can make sure that that's ready. Notice how I have a video here. I'm going to click on it, and with my finger, I'm going to find delete on the keyboard. And it says, are you sure you want to send this to the recycling bin? And I say, yeah. Now notice, no more videos. It's stuck on my image, so I just close this. Fine. I'm going to go back to photos. I'm going to click on my photo. I'm now going to take my finger on the keyboard and I'm going to delete. Are you sure you want to move it to recycle bin? Yes. Now nothing in photos, nothing in videos. Ladies and gentlemen, are they gone now? Where are they? Yep, they're in the recycle bin. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cruise on up to the recycle bin. We're going to right click and it says what? Empty recycle bin. Are you sure you want to delete them? Yes. Okay, go ahead, open them up. I'd like you to find your videos, find your pictures, find the delete on your keyboard, send them to the recycle bin, and after everything's out of your video and your pictures, we then go to the recycle bin and empty it. So what we're going to do right now, what I need you to do is to go to the start button and then to hit shut down. Okay, start button and shut down. Do not close the screens though until they go completely black and all the blue lights turn off. Okay, and then once you hit shut down and they've gone completely black and all the blue lights are off, please close the lid so that that shows me that that's done. And I'll be looking out across the class to see who is ready to go. You guys, students, I want you to please give a round of applause for all of these great adults who came in today. And they gave up part of their day to come and spend time with you guys and really see this program in action. So thank you everyone for being here. Do we have a plan for where you'd like everybody for the picture?
Hi, I'm Heather Shurtia, the Executive Director of Digital Wish, and we're here with Mary Beth Stramalia from Dell.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth Stramalia. I'm the Digital Wish charity champion for Dell here in Nashua.
And we're also here with Sheila Marcoux.
And I'm the Technology Integrator for the Bicentennial School with Digital Wish.
Mary Beth, tell us about the potential Dell volunteer opportunities for your employees.
So we're very excited actually here at Dell Nashua to be part of the Digital Wish organization now. We're looking forward to working with the folks here at Bicentennial School on some initiatives including teaching the kids how to do web development and game development, and we're hoping that we can expand our volunteer opportunities in the future.
Great. And Sheila, tell us what you're excited to teach the kids in the classroom. You'll be spending a lot of time with the fifth graders here.
Hi, I'm excited to teach the students about how to use different technology tools to show their knowledge and to learn. We'll use things such as PowerPoint, Prezi, and many other things.
Great. We'll see you in the classroom.